The 2018 NFL Draft is just over a month away, which means that TGH Draftmas is back. Draftmas will take a look at each NFL team heading into the NFL Draft, what their needs are, and who they could be targeting. If you've been wondering that, you're going to find it here. Draftmas will be kicked off with the Cleveland Browns 2018 NFL Draft Profile. We'll start with a quick summary of 2017. It was just another rough year in Cleveland as they went 0-16. The Browns had some young talent, but they lacked the veteran experience at a lot of key positions, especially after left tackle Joe Thomas went down. More veterans have already been added to the roster for 2018, as Cleveland has started the offseason having vastly improved their team. Tyrod Taylor, Carlos Hyde, Jarvis Landry, and Demarius Randall have all been added this offseason to give the Browns a much more talented and consistent roster. Now we're going to head to their picks and needs. We're going to focus on the first 3 rounds for this. The Browns have 2 first-round picks at 1 and 4, 3 second-round picks at 33, 35, and 64, and no third-round picks. Offensively, here are some of the needs we think. Quarterback, even though Tyrod Taylor is a good quarterback for the Browns to have right now, they are going to want to secure one for the future. Wide receiver, if the Browns don't have faith that Josh Gordon can stay on the field, they will need to find a partner for Landry. Offensive tackle, with the retirement of Joe Thomas, the Browns will have the tough task of replacing a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Now here are some of their defensive needs. Defensive tackle, the Browns likely needed defensive tackle help before trading Danny Shelton away, but now this is one of their biggest needs. Linebacker. While this isn't a huge need, none of their linebackers were great in 2017. Lastly, cornerback. Carey and Mitchell were decent signings, but Cleveland needs more corners and possibly some better ones. Now here are our targets and predictions for their first 3 rounds. The number 1 overall pick is not going to be a quarterback. Instead, the Browns are going to go with Saquon Barkley, the running back out of Penn State. This is an odd position for the Browns because they have the 4th pick too. Barkley is the best player in this class, so he is the target for number 1, as he reportedly hasn't been ruled out as being selected by the Browns. Ultimately, it might not matter, as they might get who they want a quarterback at pick 4 anyways. Even with Carlos Hyde, Barkley could be an option for a team that has made a concerted effort to improve the offense. While Hyde is a solid back, he wanted to stay with the 49ers, and they decided to let him walk and go with Jerick McKinnon, Joe Williams, and Matt Breida at the position for this season. Pick number 4, Baker Mayfield, quarterback out of Oklahoma. What quarterback will the Browns choose? Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen have both allegedly said things about not wanting to play for the Browns. It is possible that neither makes it to the pick 4 anyways. Mayfield is the most accurate quarterback in the class, but, like all quarterbacks in this class, could use a year of maturing before taking over as the starter. He has that competitive fire that would love the chance to help turn the Browns around. At pick number 33 in the 2nd round, we have Connor Williams, the offensive tackle from Texas. Here is the replacement for Joe Thomas. None of the tackles in this class have stood out, which means that the Browns can get a decent one with one of their 2nd round picks. William isn't the biggest or strongest and doesn't have the longest arms, but is very athletic for a tackle. He is similar to Garrett Bowles from last year. At pick number 35, we have Jair Alexander, cornerback out of Louisville. Although he was injured in 2017 for a few games, Alexander had a great 2016 season. While corner was addressed in free agency, improving the secondary can still be done through the draft. Alexander would be a good player to grab early in round 2. Pick number 64, Rasheem Green, defensive tackle / defensive end out of USC. Green had a great combine and showed he can either play on the edge or the interior. If he adds some weight, he can be a nice fit for Cleveland at defensive tackle after the Shelton trade. His athleticism will allow him to be disruptive in the run game and allow him to stay on the field for the passing rush situations. In conclusion, the Browns can fill more needs through the draft to wrap up a great offseason. With a good draft and the moves already made, Cleveland should see a big increase in wins from 2017 to 2018. Make sure you keep it here for more great draft profiles every day during our favorite season, Draftmas. You can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Those links are listed below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button And from our house to yours, keep it here at the Game House for all your sports and esports needs.